C-Red Nation, what's good? We're in the new stew, still a little bit of a work in progress, but figured we might as well do a test episode with all the Chicago Bulls news that came out today. Pat the Designer in the building. Ringo J, always.
What's good?
What's good? We got the super producer Joel Holt in the back. Look at that. Look at that, man. We in the building. Look at this one. Hey, we do got some interesting Bulls news out of today. I mean, a couple of signings. Bulls signed Onurlap Bitim to a two-way deal. I like that for potential. And, you know, if you want to sign him to a long-term contract, you can get him on a team-friendly deal. Big news today is Ayo Dosunmu is back in a Chicago Bulls jersey. 3 years, $21 million. So, boys, 21. Question on the table today. We're running it back for the third time in a row. Is third time the charm?
No.
That's going to be a no from Joel.
That's a no, Cotton.
No. I said it before in a previous video. I'll say it again. I don't think that this team, I mean, it's cool to run it back now, but I don't think this team lasts past the All-Star break. I think you're going to see major changes after the All-Star break. And then you have to look at it. I mean, right, even after Summer League, there were guys that continued to make the roster. You talk about Bitim, Julian Phillips made the roster, Sanogo made the roster. I just look at it at the end of the day. If this team doesn't achieve anything up until the All-Star break, that's when I think you're going to see the question of, okay, well, we gave Billy the extension. When are we going?
The mystery extension.
The mystery extension. When are we going to let him sit here and develop these guys that are on the roster, the P. Wills, the Ios, the Kobe Whites? Because now you have Kobe White and Ayo in place. You gave Julian Phillips the deal, which was a very cheap deal. You got some kids on the roster that you can fully develop. So it's just gonna be a matter of time of when do they take that route.
I think it just all goes to development. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, listen, we're 4 years into this thing, and at the end of the day, we're still talking about what the heck is P. Will gonna be? What's Ayo Dosunmu gonna be? Is Kobe White gonna take that next step? Development is the biggest key to me. And I think when you look at what this team, here's I get AK's logic. I do. I really do, because when you think about this, think about the two times the Chicago Bulls felt like they had a point guard, Lonzo Ball and Patrick Beverly. If you add up those wins and do the math on them, 61% win percentage with a point guard. Zach LaVine plays his best when he's got that point guard in place. DeMar DeRozan, an absolute dominant beast. What the heck was that? We got some notifications to turn off in this mug. But an absolute dominant beast when there was a point guard in place, right?
Absolutely.
Like, and so I feel like if I'm the GM of this team, and I know everybody's like, just blow it up, get rid of it, move on from these guys. That's just, to me, that's not what I want from my GM. I don't know if I want him to keep running it back with legitimately the exact same pieces every time. And that's what we're doing. Like, we're adding a dude from the Turkish league, which is the second best league in the world, or behind the NBA. So like NBA, I forget whatever the Euro League is. And then the Turkish league comes in. But then it's one of those things to me where I look at it and I'm sitting here saying the things that you added are a rookie, a guy from the Turkish league, and a rookie who wasn't even a drafted rookie in Adama Sanogo. You added Julian Phillips too, right? Like, and Javon Carter.
Yeah.
Is Javon Carter with this team? And like, you're putting a lot of pressure on Javon Carter's shoulders. Although I did say I could see this team being okay if you went out and got just a little bit better than Pat Bev. Javon Carter's a little bit better than Pat Bev. He's Pat Bev with a three-point shot on a consistent basis. That Pat Bev versus Miami that you saw when you were losing your mind that he could hit them shots. He kept the leg tucked.
I don't know what was going on. He kept the leg tucked. Shout out to Pat Bev.
Joe, what you think, man? What are your thoughts on this Bulls team running it back for a third time?
Top 4, top 5, first round, second round, playoff exit. I'm not motivated with this team.
Now, I'm not going to lie to you. You say top 4, top 5, and we have the second round playoff exit. I feel good coming out of this season.
No, but we want a winner. We want someone we've seen winning. So even this is like Kirk Heinrich, Ben Gordon type of squad, which is it's a good team. So even if we get this point guard that hopefully will finally round out this squad, I don't know if this takes us over the hump because I don't think we're getting a superstar. I mean, was it the $10 million injury type of exception?
DP, yeah.
Yeah.
So they can trade for a guy or they can go out and get another guy, yeah.
Yeah, so the point is that who are we going to get at that price? Because everybody now is making 20, 30, million. If we want a true guy to come in and actually be the leader of the squad, because I'm sorry, Zach is not necessarily that guy. It seems like it's a team by committee, and instead of us really. So I don't see who's going to come in and really help.
Well, I think that's the thing, though, right? Like you think about that Bulls team that won with Derrick Rose and didn't win it all, right? But got to the next level, got to the next step, got to the next point where we were like, hey, they can go out here and compete for a championship. That team is the baby Bulls. Right? It should be like Ben Gordon ended up getting moved off of that team because he wanted way more money than anybody was going to pay him except Detroit. And Detroit regrets that contract to this day. I don't care what nobody says. But it's one of those things to me where you got your baby Bulls and they had a season that was a back and forth season. You try to find a guy in all of that. You end up lucking into Derrick Rose. We all know what happened with that situation. But now you add Derrick Rose into that mix, and you're talking about a team that can make the NBA Finals or a team that can compete to get to the NBA Finals at least. If Derrick Rose doesn't get hurt, I think you have a lot more competition on that team. You have a lot more people. Now, the difference is nobody would have ever come to the team because Gar Forman and John Paxson still would have been in place probably. But I think that's where we are in the grand scheme of things right now. We're trying to build. Now, the problem is, right, that was the baby Bulls. Everybody on that team was like 23.
Right.
This team is similar to that, except all our 23-year-olds are question marks. We got Ayo Dosunmu in here signed. I mean, I like bringing him back. I like hoping to see what he's going to be. But is he going to turn into Drew Holiday for real? Like, that's the question that you got to ask.
I think, and I think that's the biggest thing, right? And it's kind of Joel's point with it. I think last year after the All-Star break, we were getting crazy hype because we was like, oh, this is the Zach that continuously needs to show up.
Yeah.
Dudes dropping 35 a game. DeMar's taking less shots. Zach's just going. Vooch seems to be in the right spot. But now it's like these guys, especially at point guard room, is just all by committee. So it's legit Well,
I think you got a legit point now. Javon Carter's a legit point guard.
I mean, he is. I'm not.
Javon Carter's a legit point guard. He can't play nothing else but point guard.
I actually like him coming out of college. I did.
You wanted him on Miami.
Yeah. Hey.
You want everybody on Miami. That's how Ringo rolls.
Hey, man. You want to be out?
You wanted him on Miami.
You want to be all up in the videos? Come to Death Row.
All up in the videos.
All up in the videos. All up in the shows.
All in the show.
Hey, man. But I mean, I just got questions about that point guard position. Now, honestly, did they do enough? And I think time will tell. But I'm not hype off of a second round exit because DeMar's getting older. You re-signed Vooch. You could have got something if you would have traded them away and paired somebody with Zach.
Well, I think talk more to the mic too.
I think the Bulls are in a similar situation to the Bears this year, where if the Bulls get a first round or second round exit, and that's because Patrick Williams develops, and that's because Kobe White is playing well, and that's because, right, like all of those different things that could play into it. I think that's a very different conversation than if DeMar DeRozan and Nikola Vucevic are a major part of the reason why you ended up winning. Now, Vooch may be so because you're still coming into, he's here, right? He's going to be a part of this Bulls team. He's here, I believe. What was his contract? 4-year contract? 3-year deal? 3-year deal. 3-year deal for Vooch. He's here for at least 2 more years. Yeah, including this one I'm saying, right? Like the third year, you kind of might be able to move off of him, different things like that. But he's here for at least 2 more years. And so to me, it's like if you're going to make that kind of commitment, I'm okay with a second round exit if it's because Kobe White and P. Will are the reasons we're doing it. If it's because Ayo Dosunmu is defending really well and that's how we got there. It's because Onurlap Bitim came out. And I think when you look at his deal, right, like if he shows out and balls out and is able to be that 3-point shooter that the Bulls need, you feel very different about this season than if it's DeMar DeRozan or Zach LaVine, or well, Zach, not so much. Zach you want, but DeMar DeRozan or just Nikola Vucevic being the reason that you go out and you're winning these games. But hey, we do want to know how you guys feel, man. Let us know in the comments below. Also, let us know how you guys feel about the new stew. I wanted to get more of a high quality video out to you guys because that first one, I mean, like, I was just trying to record when the news dropped. But hey, for Pat the Designer, we got Stefan the Don in the building. And of course, the super producer in the back, Joel Holt. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. I don't know why I got smooth jazz in the evening on that one. That ended weird. That ended real weird, man. Y'all stay safe. Peace. Better than I've ever really felt.